Good morning, No Excuses Scholars. It's Woohoo Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Our college vocabulary word is major. It's that subject. It's what you want to study when you go to college. And there are so many new ones. The old ones are history and sociology and psychology, and those are all amazing good ones. But they even have new ones like graphic design or coding, fashion. My nephew, he's majoring in theater in terms of costume design. So there's so many things you could choose to study. So what interests you? Think about that. That's what you can study and go to college to learn about. And citizenship, we are wrapping this up this month. And by the end of this week, actually, we're having our Husky Awards assembly this Friday. The schedule will be coming out to your teachers soon, and they'll let your parents know and let you know. And we'll be doing the Husky Awards and the Citizenship Award. Can't wait to see you all there and see who's been a good neighbor, who's been making the world a better place. And Husky Scholars continue to have good manners, social distancing, stay 6 feet apart. Teachers, we need your help with this. And scholars, we really need your help with this. You have to really focus. I know it's so easy to just think everything's all right. We need you to stay 6 feet apart. And when you're on the playground, you need to stay in your area. I know, it's hard. You think, what? Why does it matter? It really does. So please stay in your area, stay 6 feet apart, and keep your mask on, especially when you're outside and actually in the classroom as well. Unless you're eating or something, then you can take the mask off. Okay? And just a reminder, again, our in-person students, we start at 8:05 every day. And hopefully you're telling your mamacitas and papacitas that we start at 8:05. That's when the gates open, and then instruction begins at 8:25. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, dismissal starts at 2:05. And the bus riders go first. And within the next 5 to 10 minutes, pretty much everyone else should be coming out as well. But tell your parents, dismissal starts at 2:05. They can start showing up around that time. But on Wednesdays, which would be today, dismissal starts at 1:30. So again, it'll be a few minutes as everybody gets out and bus riders go first. But on Wednesdays, dismissal starts at 1:30. Well, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you what this book is all about with the connection with President John F. Kennedy and the First Lady Jackie Kennedy. And what I'm going to show you is just a quick look at it. So hopefully someday, maybe even next school year, you'll be able to go in the library and look at it more carefully and read more about it, because there's so much more that you'll read about than I'm going to show you in this video. But this is Highgrove Elementary School's Book of Patriotism. Take a look. In our library is something called the Highgrove Elementary School Book of Patriotism. And it has a quote from John F. Kennedy, our president. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And it shows the times that John F. Kennedy, he was born in 1917 and died in 1963. This book kind of goes along with it. This is a whole long letter from the Riverside City Schools, which was formerly Riverside Unified School District. And it's a long letter, and it says a lot of things. So I'm going to not read it all. It'll take too long. But I just want to read some of it. One of it says, it may be regarded as fitting and proper if all entries into the Highgrove Elementary School Book of Patriotism symbolizes one of the highest possible honors a student can attain during his stay with our school. And it goes on to talk about how we need to be good citizens. We need to show patriotism, and patriotism is a love of your country. And definitely the students during this time had a lot to show to be good citizens and good patriots, because John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Means he was shot and killed by a person, and it was an incredibly sad time. And during that time, the members of the entire country, and obviously we can see the people from Highgrove, were very concerned. They really wanted to make sure that people were good citizens and show patriotism. And you can see this letter is dated January 20th, 1964. And I just really like, even though it says the author of this letter is anonymous, the signatures below are those of the Highgrove Elementary School staff as of January 20th, 1964. So these are the signatures of some of the staff members and teachers that were here. And if we continue to look, we actually get a letter from the office of Mrs. John F. Kennedy in May of 1964. And it was sent to Mrs. Forbert. And it just says, and now Mrs. Kennedy did not actually write this, but her secretary did. The secretary says, Secretary to Mrs. Kennedy, Nancy Tuckerman. She says, Mrs. Kennedy has asked me to thank you for your kind letter and the photographs of your school and the plaque dedicated to the late president. She was deeply touched by the children's participation in this tribute to her husband and is grateful and happy to hear about it. Mrs. Kennedy sends you her most profound thanks and best wishes. That's incredible. From the office of Mrs. Kennedy, Highgrove got a letter. And in here, this book is just another picture of President Kennedy. And you can even see the letterhead of where it came, where they wrote it. Sent us the letter. That's not her real signature, it's already printed on there. And this is the 6th grade class that was here during that time, where they wanted to show their patriotism and their citizenship. And this is just a letter, like a news article on President Kennedy's life and assassination. And if we go back a few more pages towards the back, there's one more thing in here that I found interesting. Actually, a couple more things. So we go all the way to the back. And there's this written letter, written essay actually by a student. And you can see it was a 6th grader named Denise in 1964. And she wrote about patriotism. And then finally, there was a letter sent from John F. Kennedy, his library, in July of 1964. And it says in here, they thank Highgrove Elementary for donating, get this, $14.60. So this was an amazing little piece of history right here in Riverside, California at Highgrove Elementary, how we have a connection to President Kennedy and his wife, and going back to Book of Patriotism, being good citizens. Pretty cool. All right. I don't know about you, but I find that very interesting. And it's just such a good, unique history for Highgrove. And I'm glad they got to participate in showing their patriotism. And again, being a good citizen. All right. Here's our joke of the day. This comes from Raymond P., a 3rd grader in Mrs. West's class. What does a whale like to eat? I hope it's not me. Especially when I go out in the ocean. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. But what does a whale like to eat? Any guesses? Any ideas? Here we go. A peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich. Yeah, peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich. Maybe our cafeteria will start making those for us. Yum, yum, yum. All right, everyone. You can make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.